Today, the White House announced it signed a rare mineral deal with Ukraine as talks to end Russia's war there have stalled. But negotiations with Iran over its nuclear program are moving forward. Another round of talks is set for this weekend. For tonight's interview, Jon Alterman from the Center for Strategic and International Studies joins me now. Jon, it's good to be with you again. Is it possible to have an overall assessment of the foreign policy in the Trump administration so far? What's your view?
I think that the foreign policy is this is a very transactional president. It's a president who wants to negotiate a lot of things, often simultaneously. That brings a lot of people out of the woodwork who want to negotiate. The Iranians certainly want to negotiate and think they can get something. There is a lot more action. Whether it turns into something positive or something negative remains to be seen. Explain
that idea of transactional. That means it's not as value-based. How does that make things easier? And then I'll ask you how it makes things harder.
Well, it's not value-based, but you have a president who wants to make deals, a president who wants to put things on the table, a president who wants to reevaluate premises, where sort of anything is negotiable. And for a lot of countries with adversarial relations with the United States, countries that feel they have lots of problems, they feel that this is a president who is willing to make a deal, maybe overlook some problems that other presidents haven't been willing to overlook, and that they actually can strike a deal because he's willing to take stuff and give stuff, and that makes it better for them.
And what does it mean for U.S. allies?
Well, I think a lot of U.S. allies are worried because they had assumed that a lot of things they got from the United States, assurances, were locked in. They thought they knew what the president's bottom line was. And for allies and adversaries alike, they're not really sure what the bottom line is. They're not sure what the end goal is. For allies who really don't like this sort of dynamism, don't like not knowing where it might go, it's very, very threatening. For adversaries who think we have a bad relationship anyway, the fact that there might be an upside means we should talk to these guys.
You and I talked a lot about Israeli policy under the Biden administration. How do you assess the Trump approach to Israel and the war in Gaza?
You know, I think the Trump administration is willing to engage in Gaza if it thinks there's something to do. It doesn't feel a need to engage in Gaza. And I think that's one of the things that's different, is that the president isn't looking and saying, this is the most important issue, I have to put my best team on it. The president is constantly scanning the world for issues where there might be a negotiation, whether he sends Steve Witkoff or Rick Grenell or somebody else. He's always trying to feel out if there's something. Can you play one deal off against the other? Can you create some sense of urgency? You don't get a sense that the president has an overall strategy. Instead, he's always probing to see if there's something he can get from one side or another. How do you sequence it? How do you surprise people? How do you use time as a tool on your side instead of a tool of the adversary?